A pivotal moment for Bangladesh on the global stage. UN-AUK organised a high-level diplomatic event at Central Hall Westminster, London, bringing together global leaders to discuss the future leadership of the United Nations. At this landmark gathering, Captain Kibria's question was the first to be addressed to former President of Chile, Michelle Bachelet. At this important global forum, Captain A.K.M. Golam Kibria was invited as one of a select group of diplomacy experts to share his views on the leadership, vision and priorities needed for the next Secretary General of the United Nations. He presented his valuable perspective on global governance, multilateral cooperation, sustainable development and humanitarian progress. His participation stands as a respected recognition of his knowledge, experience and international credibility. Captain A.K.M. Golam Kibria, chairman of the Dr. Mustafa Hazira Foundation, is globally recognized for his revolutionary Global 5-0 campaign to address humanitarian crises. In recognition of his long-standing humanitarian work, he received the Global Humanitarian Champion Award from the University of Oxford. The event was attended by Michelle Bachelet, former President of Chile and former United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Maria Fernanda Espinosa, former Foreign Minister of Ecuador and President of the 73rd session of the United Nations General Assembly, Rafael Grossi, distinguished Argentine diplomat and Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, and Rebecca Greenspan, former Vice President of Costa Rica and Secretary General of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. On this global stage, Captain A.K.M. Golam Kibria was chosen to raise the first question to Michelle Bachelet. The question was presented on his behalf by the event moderator, BBC Chief International Correspondent Lise Doucet. Captain Kibria's question was:
Let's go to the audience. We have our first question from Captain Kibria, who's from the Dr. Mustafa Hazira Foundation, a non-profit humanitarian foundation. Captain Kibria, the floor is yours. And let me read his question. In today's increasingly complex global environment, do you believe the Secretary General should be entrusted with limited independent authority to undertake urgent peace and humanitarian initiatives when swift action is essential for the protection of human lives and international stability? So should you have the authority to intervene swiftly when lives are at stake? And needed to say, when major powers are involved.
In response, Michelle Bachelet said,
Yeah, well, I think you can do a lot. You can do a lot as Secretary General. First of all, I mentioned the three key tools and roles of the UN, because I believe that when some countries say we need to go back to basics and think that peace and security is the only thing, I don't agree with that. I think you won't have peace and security if you don't have development and if you violate human rights. So we need the three of them. And I will do my best to insist that the three of them needs to be supported, funded, etc. The second thing is, I think the Charter has a lot of tools available: early warning, good offices, mediation. And I am a person who's not waiting to do those things. If I realize that a conflict will come, I will try to anticipate myself, to go before to the field. And if it's not able to prevent it, to work on mediation, to use our good offices. I mean, sometimes you try things and they don't work, but I think you have to insist on it.
Yes, because I think everyone here knows that all the major wars of our time, be it Ukraine, be it Gaza, be it Sudan, be it the Iran war, the UN is not involved. What can you do to change that? What would you do differently?
Well, what I say, if there are many different reasons, because there has been sort of a tendency of sort of not supporting multilateral solution and supporting unilateral solution or multilateral solutions. And I believe that there are always situations that group of countries can help, of course, that's fine, it's always been like that, or they can mediate, but it has to be under the coordination and coherence with the United Nations, with the Security Council. But I do believe, if I'm a Secretary General, I will go there to the field. I won't wait until they invite me to go. I will go there.
Bringing Bangladesh's voice to a high-level global discussion on the future leadership of the United Nations is not only a matter of pride for the Foundation, but also a historic moment for Bangladesh. For those who believe in global leadership, justice, and the future of the United Nations, this stands as a powerful message of inspiration.